Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Want to welcome to my channel, all my subscribers, all my peaches, triggers, lovers, haters, commenters, and scallywags. Each and every one of you, I welcome you to my channel. Well, I'm browsing through the internet and I'm trying to see what would make a good topic to talk about. Here's one. Them strike back at GOP, stunned to their faces. Cat Williams leaks how Jay-Z profit from Prince's death. Hmm. Breonna's men. Oh, yeah, I really want to know who Breonna is doing. Or how about seven baby killers attacked by parents in the courtroom? Well, they got what they deserve. Let me see. How about Trump asleep with mouth wide open as Michael Cohen testifies? How about five top ways straight men get turned out in maximum prison? Oh yeah, I want to know how they got turned out. you know, you know. Black Asian sounds interesting. Well, we know they exist. The terrifying last minute of Natasha Lee before Chimp eats her face. About how members of Partners Church protest saying TD Jakes must go. Oh man. So there's a number of topics that I could probably piggyback on. But then speaking about Trump's case that he's having, I'm thinking, why hasn't Al Sharpton made an appearance in the courthouse? Or give his analysis of the trial on MSNBC. As Donald Trump has been, I don't want to say, racist or has he, like the Central Park Five, how after they exonerated, he still insists that they be put to death. How he's has his family, his father on down have treated minorities and as far as renting, unfair housing, and a number of lawsuits filed against them. So to me, it seemed to be a natural that to be one black man in court at Donald Trump's trial, since he want to equate, being arrested as a black man, will put some black people in the courthouse. And so I like I said, I work for Al Sharpton, so I sent him a text saying, you need to get there. Like you always do when something comes, you need to get there and sit in that courtroom at least one day. In his so the world would know that everybody is represented in that courtroom as far as seeing that justice is being served to Donald Trump. Whether if he's innocent or guilty, he needs to be in the courtroom. But anyway, that's what's going on. But it looks kind of gloomy here. So I'll tell you what. Okay, how's that? I think that's a little better, huh? Than inside the gloomy room, staring at a computer screen. But what I'm going to decide to do is I'm going to read a couple of comments. I happened to look at some of the comments and they were kind of funny. So not funny, but interesting. So let me share some of the comments. Okay, this one is from this is from the video that I am blessed to get to do it. No, wait. Oh. This is the one that says, "I am blessed to get to do it over again." And this was the video about my being, able to raise a child, at this late stage in my life, and learning from the mistakes that I've done. We all have said that if we knew then what we know now, we would have done things differently. Well, I have learned from what I did then, and I'm doing things differently now. And this one's from Bob Welo. He says, uh, uh, would you not buy your uncle-in-law a t-shirt and a pair of pants that fit him for God's sakes? A great video today. He's commenting to Brian, the guy who's always leaning outside 7-Eleven. He seems to have me timed just right now. He sits across the street And when I get there, then that's when he comes across. So he's kind of got me time right, and he looks pretty, pretty destitute. And the story is that his family is rich, but he just has mental issue that uh, that he moves around like that. But I think I'm gonna accept your challenge, Bob, and I'm gonna do a social experiment. I'm gonna buy Brian a T-shirt and a pair of shorts, and let's see. Let's see what happens, because you're absolutely right. That's the least I can do for him. I remember once I bought this kid. Uh, I'll tell you a story real fast. Um, um, when I was in Cebu and I was with a girl who I was going to marry, I'm not going to mention her name, but she know who she is. And to make a long story short, it turned out that she was married, and so we couldn't get married. That's why she couldn't get any ID, because she had to, go to get a clearance, and she wasn't going to pass the clearance. So what happened was that I'd already talked about breeding dogs, and it was this one boy who I think I told the story before. It was this one boy who uh, who traveled, who was like the leader of a pack. There was about four or five kids. I'm laughing because he once told me, this bird has this skywalk away, and there was a girl who I thought was with him, and so they were panhandling. So I would give him money, and she was older than he was by years. And so when you give him money, give her money, he would hit her and she would give him the money. So I said, oh, okay, okay. So he says to me, oh, you like my brother? I said, do I like your brother? I'm thinking, like, this is a girl. This your brother? It's a lady boy? I said, oh, no, no, no. If it's like that, no, 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 no. No, So, I did kind of have a crush on her, but on that, And so, you know, some time has passed and everything. And then, one day I'm sitting on Mango Street, and I see this person walking down the street. And so she comes and she sits beside me and she smiles. I said, oh, hi, how are you doing? How are you doing? I said, oh, you're a lady boy. She's a lady boy. And she took my hand and put it there. I'm no lady boy. I said, oh, I said, come on. I pulled her right into a cab and took her to my place, and we had a lovely, lovely evening, because up until that point I was thinking that he was a lady boy, but no, it wasn't. So anyway, so the little boy, we had decided that he was living in the street, so we were going to kind of like adopt him. Have him come live with me. I'll take care of him like a houseboy. Like this, he had no home, something like this, and whatever. So, said cool. He spoke English, and he was living in the street. So his other friends, I guess he went back and told them about this foreigner who wanted to take him. He was moving to Dumaguete and wanted to take me with him and all this stuff like this. And what he did was the boy disappeared. I didn't see the boy no more. And like months had gone by, I didn't see him no more. And so one day I'm walking on the skywalk, and I see him laying on the ground. Black fingers are black, face is black and dirty, clothes are like barely hanging onto him, and all this stuff. And it made me think that that I might have been the cause of that, because my showing an interest in wanting to change his life, the powers that be or his handlers said, no way, you're not going nowhere. And they took him and they kept him. I think because he wasn't on drugs then when I first met him, but now you can see he's on drugs and has paint all around his mouth from inhaling paint fumes and all this stuff. So what I did was that, I went to the store and I bought him clothes. Because he literally had nothing on him, just like a towel or something like this. And so, when I bought the clothes, what I did was that, I'm at the cash register. I said, give me a pair of scissors. So she said, scissors, give me a pair. And I cut the clothes. I cut holes in them. I cut holes in the shirt, holes in the pants. Things that if he was trying to sell them, The people would say, "No, it's got hold. I'm not buying this." I tried to deface him to the point that whereas that he would have no choice but to keep them and wear them. Whatever happened to him, I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna do a social experiment with Brian. I'm gonna buy him that T-shirt and pair of shorts, and for my uncle or for me as uncle or my uncle-in-law, and we'll see what happens. Okay. So thank you for the comment. This next one is from. Uh, oh my God, I had no idea it's gonna be as hard to read this on the iPad. Um, the Saint. Oh my God, I can't read it. I really can't read it. Um, the Saint AR-15. Oh, the Saint. I guess that's the type of an assault weapon. But he writes, "What's up, Otis?" He calls me Otis. Gerard, please buy Otis some water and some chicken and rice. Thank you for the video, brother. Your uncle is just like Otis Kemp from the Andy Griffin Show, I'm sure. Yeah, from the Andy Griffin Show. Okay, thank you, Saint. I appreciate your comment. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Okay, and this next comment is from SC7784. He said that guy behind you has buffed in um, his buff is hanging. Well, I'm glad you noticed that because you know why? When each time I do one of those, like beginning photos, I had girls in the background. If you notice, there's always a girl walking into the 7-Eleven store. None of you said nothing about the girls. So I said, I know, I'll switch it up and I'll put, Brian's butt to see who noticed it. So I'm glad you got a kick out of it. Yeah, well, at least I know you're watching it. Okay, so or you saw it. This next one is from let me see. This is the first time I'm doing this on the iPad, so um, let me see if I can comments. Okay, this one is from the video that says losing two family, the ball is in your court. And this is the one I was talking about. There's two families who I madly love. I still love them to death. But because of fitna or because of misunderstanding or because of stubbornness, we haven't spoken. And believe you me, when we get to this part in time in our life, we don't want to lose anybody. We lose enough. And another foreigner was just, I believe, killed on a scooter accident, a bike accident. I mean, you know, I think a lot of foreigners come in so they can drink freely and don't have to hear their family saying, "Why don't you stop drinking? You always drinking, so why don't you drink?" But they come here and they say, "The hell with it. I'm going to the Philippines where I can drink myself to death," and that's what they do. And often the time it leads to some horrible accidents and death. So anyway, that's what this one about. This one is from. Oh, Dre going global. See how hard it is to read this iPad? He says, "Hey, what's up, Gerard? Greetings from the Philippines. Too. Now I can say that now I'm back in the country, and also happy birthday to your boy. Take care." Well, Dre going global. Welcome back into the Philippines. I hope we get together. I know we'll get together somehow, some way. We'll get together, and I know it's long overdue for you to come back to the land of milk and honey. Where there's a lot of milk and sure is a lot of honey, but paradise nevertheless. So welcome back, Dre. Yeah, and we'll get together. And thanks for giving a shout out to my son, Raphael, for his birthday. To kind of show you about how the miscommunications work in the Philippines. Classic. I bought Jollibee chicken for his class. That's what he wanted for his birthday. So we bought like 40 pieces, of chicken, and it came out to over 3,000 and something pesos. And so when he came home from school, he gave me a hug. He said, "Thank you, Daddy, for the birthday for my kids, for the classmates. I said, okay, yeah, yeah, you're welcome. And so I said, it costs a lot of money. I said, so because of that, we're not gonna pay cable this month, so we'll have no internet. And I want them to say, oh wow, man, like this. But then Mia took about what? We can't pay internet. We're not gonna be able to do it. What do you mean? I said, ma'am, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. I'm talking to Raphael, but you said we don't have any. I said, Mia, it's just a joke to Raphael. And you see, that's how a typical misunderstanding can. Whoa! What the flock is that? I don't know what it was. Did you see that? I don't know what that was. A flying rat or something. I don't know. But anyway, Luna's looking at it. Maybe it's birds. We have pigeons around. So anyway, so you can see how misunderstandings can occur just virtually out of nowhere. But then that's what happened there. So anyway, so I'd explained to Naomi, we have money to pay the cable. I was just trying to emphasize to Raphael that his birthday was expensive. Not that it really was, but 3,000 pesos is nothing. Okay, so anyway, uh, let me see. This is the Saint AR-15. Brother, you will always be the rich outside European foreigner. Uh, you're that ATM that never runs out of money. Um, I've been married to a Filipino for 32 years, and they still at me at a walk. They still look at me as a walking ATM. You that's interesting. It's not interesting. It's a reality. When you're in a country that doesn't have the opportunities, or people don't have the uh, uh, desire, or uh, the ambition to want to change the condition of their life. And as far as money's concerned, yeah, you have money. You're rich, and that's something that I mean, there are some foreigners living homeless here in the Philippines, but unless you actually see them and experience and being around them, which chances are a Filipino won't, yeah, they will look at you as being rich. Never endless amount of money. There have been times that, a lot of times, a lot of you who've been rolling with me know I was always visit the pawn shop, my daytime night move, I used to call it. Matter of fact, this month might be one of those too because of all the unexpected expenses that's come up. But yet and still, I can't, I can't run out of money. You know, no more. Because anything happens, I got to be able to handle that, and that's where I am right now. So yeah, hey, I hear you saying that that's what they think that you're a walking ATM. And this one is by Bob Wello. Uh, well, enjoy the day and stay safe. Thank you, my brother. This last one I'm gonna read is from who is this from? Uh, pen name. Okay, let me see what he says. He said you get lots of W's. We get lots of wins, okay? So sometimes it helps to learn how to take an L's. Best practice is more onward and upward without thinking about about not thinking about the order the ordeal too much. My advice is to let it go and stop dealing with them going forward. This is talking about the family thing. I agree with you, Ben. You know, it's best to just let it go, and and just yes, I do have a lot of wins, and I'm always thankful. Yeah, I know there's something out there. I'm always thankful and blessed that I am continually, having those uh, W's, those wins, and those L's. Thank God, few. Okay, you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder or pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali, what's informally singing the Temptation One song? Treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. And I will always, always love you more and never say no. Thanks for joining me. Oh, and thank you. I've reached over 3,000 subscribers. It took a while, but I'm very grateful that it has grown to the 3,000 mark. But be that as it may, don't forget to share, like, and ring the bell. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Love you like a love song, baby. And don't forget, today at 12, I will be here. And don't forget Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Filipino time, Manila time, and 7 p.m. East Coast time, and 7 a.m. Manila time for my Sunday morning classics. And we're gonna get down this Sunday, so hope you join us. All right, so I'll talk to you later.